Hey there, welcome to your 21-day Jump for Joy holiday challenge video that is going to demonstrate how you can take the joy of the sequence of moves in a burpee and actually put it into a flow I like to call joy flow. So instead of, you have this option, so instead of being timed for how many burpees you can do as fast as you can do with the high intensity, you are going to spend your time in a joy flow for 5 minutes every day. Your joy flow, that is your dedication throughout the next 21 days or for the duration of this challenge. Your goal, 5 minutes of joy flow. What I'm going to do is take you through how I am editing the moves, the sequence of moves that are typically involved in the burpees exercise, slowing them down, sprinkling in a little bit of yoga, and of course spreading it with lots of joy. Now this is a flow that I have found works for me. It is very important that yes, you watch this, you are free to follow along, but I want you to choose whatever holds and moves that bring the most joy to you during this flow. Because the point of this is that you are enjoying the movements that you are doing every single day, and this will translate into everyday joy. Now typically a burpee looks like this, just to help you make the connection. You are squatting down, jumping back, jumping in, jumping up, right? We're going to eliminate that intensity, instead just go with the flow of our body, enjoying that movement, letting the joy come in. So what I'm typically doing is finding that each pose that my body goes and flows into, I'm repeating for a series of 3, and on that third sequence, I hold one part of that move, breathing through it, breathing in the good, out with the bad, remembering to bring ourselves into the present, more importantly, to bring in that joy. So this is how it will begin. Nice deep breath in, reaching up, blow it out. Again, breathing in and out. On this third one, we're going to go into a forward fold. So in that forward fold, we're going to swan dive forward. You can come to wherever that point of resistance is. Ideally, you want to keep your legs straight, so if it's here, then it's here. Find wherever that resistance is, and I want you to breathe into that resistance. Where are you feeling the tightness? Breathe into those places in your body where it feels tight, and give them permission to relax. Tense it up even more to make it extreme, and then let it go. Let it go with the flow of your breath. Find that forward fold. Roll it up nice and smooth, arms up overhead. We're gonna go again, right into that forward fold. This time you should find that you can go just a little bit further down. Roll it up, once again reaching up overhead. This time we're going to go forward fold. Watch what I'm going to do. I'm bending my knees. I'm crouching down like this because remember, the series of a burpee has you crouching down. I want you to crouch down like this. Now, what I want you to do is roll back onto your heels, onto your tiptoes. Heels, tiptoes. If you need to have a bench or a step or something in front of you to hold on to, you can do that too. So you're coming down to that nice low squat, even if you're on your tiptoes, rolling back onto your heels. Eventually getting to here. Now at the bottom, I want you to hold this squat. We need to transition back into what is a plank position. So whatever way allows you, whatever flow allows you to go with joy, I want you to experiment and find what that feels like for you. So it could be that you are raising up and walking it back, adjusting and coming into that plank. It could be that you are here and you want to keep it nice and low. Find the way that works for you, because now you're in this plank position. we're going to go into a downward facing dog, so it's a triangle pose. Push back into that triangle. So head goes between your elbows. Think about tilting your pelvis, tilt that tailbone up to the sky, feel that stretch all back here. Downward facing dog, transition to the plank. Downward facing dog. Plank, one more time. Down dog. Plank. Now we're gonna hold the plank for 3 deep breaths. Squeeze your glutes, bring that belly button back to your spine, breathe. Press the floor away from you, nice and tight. Now we're gonna shift back, open up your knees, untuck your toes, and I want you to come back into what's known as child's pose. We're here, we're going to shift forward, drop your hips, lower down, push back up, back into child's pose. Forward, drop down, lower down, back up. And do that one more time. So here, nice and slow. The slower you go, the better it is for you. Back up, back here. Now this is child's pose. We're gonna hold it for 3 deep breaths. I want you to lie your forehead on the mat. Inch your fingertips away from you. Allow your bottom to sit back on your heels. If you need a pillow back here, go for it. Then we're going to transition back up. I want you to come into tabletop. Here, perfect position for bird dog. This is when you reach hand and opposite leg straight out. Your goal here is to reach out and away, balance. Bring it in, switch sides, and if you have to lift one arm, if you have to lift your arm and then your leg, you can do that too. Reaching out away. As you're holding, if you feel yourself shake, try to stabilize that shake. What I'm doing is counting to the breath of 3. So breathe it in, breathe it out. Breathe it in, breathe it out. Breathe it in, breathe it out. Return. One more time. Think heel and fingertips pulling away from your body, giving your spine that nice stretch. Great job. Now from here, this is what I want you to do. I want you to come into a seated position. Once again, if you need to have some padding in between your legs, you can do that. I want you to sit nice and tall. Breathe in, stretch it up. Now we need to get back up to a standing position, so this is where you have an option on how you choose to do this. I like to do it like this. I'm going to walk myself back, and I'm going to adjust my feet. You can be here. If this is where you are, I want you to practice forward fold and dropping down. If you need to have something here for leverage, you can do that. So you're dropping down, reaching up with your hips, dropping your hips. Up with hips, down with hips. Eventually, I want you to open up your hips. So you're here. It's also called a bootstrapper. It's a dynamic warm-up that I like to use in some of our workouts. But what's happening is I'm here like in this prayer pose with my elbows pushing my knees apart, really opening up those hips, and yes, I'm slightly rocking back and forth. Place my hands down or resting on something here. Raising those hips up. Then I want you to come all the way up. Forward fold. See what I'm doing? I'm grabbing my elbows on that forward fold. Now let's gently roll it all the way up. And back to start. This is an option that you can use for your joy flow. But remember what I said, your goal is to decide with each transition, each pose, each move, what feels natural to you? Where do you want to adjust it? What is going to allow you to go through this sequence, set the timer, set it for 5 minutes. How far can you get in that flow? What do you need to edit? Do you want to go for a longer? Allow yourself that time in that block to experiment and find, this is the goal. I want you to be adventurous and I want you to find the joy flow that best fits you, that best fits your body, because that's where you will be able to bring that joy into each and every day.